what's going on, guys? Freaky Trades here, bringing you another new weekly stock watch list. I know you guys love these videos, so before we get started, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We would really appreciate it, growing the community day by day. So, going into the week already, just to get straight into things. Earnings week, looks like we have a lot of banks reporting for this week. Just seeing that we have TSM, Netflix, stocks that we have in our tech sector rotation now as far as trading every day, or at least in our rotation of trading. Just seeing that alone, I know that Tesla and AMD, all these other tech stocks that we like to trade are right around the corner, especially the FANG stocks, Apple, Microsoft, Meta, all those are going to be right around the corner, just seeing that TSM and Netflix are reporting this week. So biggest thing for this week is banks, and then I'll keep a close eye on TSM and Netflix. Netflix is going to be an interesting one going into Friday after that sell-off we had in the market, and then Netflix alone selling off with it. TSM is going to be an interesting one because with it being a technology chip stock, that's going to be a good take. And it's a bigger company too, as far as the chip stocks go. It's going to be pretty interesting to see where that's going to be heading with earnings, and see if we get a pullback, if it just consolidates, if it makes new all-time highs with it. Who knows, right? So that's going to be a good one to keep an eye out for. So, but yeah, that is pretty much the summary for earnings for this week. And then your guys' favorite part, of course, which is the charts here. So, as far as ES goes, I don't really have too much going on as far as trend lines or anything too fancy going on. So for the main part, I'm really going to be looking at anything on this above 57.08 or anything above 5,700 for more all-time highs. Or we can look at the downside, which is at 56.20. $40 away from the downside, roughly $30 to $40 away from the upside. So kind of stuck in between both areas right now. Just really depends where the market's going to take us. The biggest thing is, obviously, Trump is not our president yet, but he did get shot at, and it was a failed assassination attempt. God bless America. But it was crazy yesterday. So who knows if that's going to affect the market at all. Some would say look at DJT, which is Trump's social media company. I'm not going to be too interested on it unless I see some option flow or any sort of news catalyst for that tomorrow morning. So but yeah, as far as ES goes, and with that kind of news, who knows how that could affect the market, because like I said, he's not our president yet, so it's hard to judge if that'll affect us at all, if anything. So that's what I'm going to be looking at for ES. Next up is NQ here. So as far as NQ goes, it's kind of the same boat with ES. Upside's pretty far away, 200 to 300 points away. The downside is what I'm really interested on. You can see that we've been holding above this 2400 area. Originally, I was looking at this 2360 area from last week, if you guys saw the weekly watch list then. I'm going to be changing that more to a whole number at 2400 and seeing what kind of price action we can hold below that going into this week. Obviously, I'm still interested to see more highs in the market. That's where most of our plays have been recently, up until this week, actually, where I had to signal a few put calls that weren't just SMCI. Hard to believe, but yeah, we like to signal puts and not just calls all the time. So yeah, as far as NQ goes, that's going to be the plan for that. I didn't see any trend lines on this that could be in the way or really worry us. So yeah, and then first thing first is I'm going to cover the side watch list, and then we can talk about the main watch list after we're done with the side watch list. So as far as the side watch list goes, not really too much going on. I have ARM. ARM is making an all-time high. The all-time high is currently at 189, 3 cents away, so it's pretty much 189. I am watching this into a breakout into 190. You guys know how much I like ARM, who are those in the chat or even part of my channel. You guys can see that ARM likes to have those crazy breakouts and have insane inverse H's or just H's in general. So I think ARM's definitely going to be one to keep an eye out for. Pretty simple setup though. Just going to be looking at the all-time high at 189 with room up to 190. So nothing too crazy about that. Next up is SMCI. on SMCI, the only issue I have with SMCI is that we've been kind of messing with these levels for a while now. A lot of people would say why not look at 927 or 926, which is the high from Friday. I'm going to play it safe and wait for 930. I may even see Norway for 934 or 935 because it is a lot safer. But I'm hoping, and this is a big hope, you can't hope with trading, but I'm waiting to see what kind of price, if we can get some sort of price acceptance around 930, or give me some sort of green flag where we see some sort of buying pressure come into 930, into 934. That's my reason of why getting in at 930. 930 obviously has its risk because it is an early entry before the 934 break. But that is the risk that I'm taking if I were to take this at 930. So I'm really waiting to see if we get any sort of buying pressure or price acceptance at around that 930 area. So safer entry obviously would be at 934. And then after 934, I actually have room up to 950 with this trend line on the 1 hour that we have. So that is the plan with SMCI. Nothing to the downside as of now with that. So, but the upside is what I'm really interested on for that as far as that goes. So, and then last but not least is Coin. Now, Coin is another stock that everybody usually tends to hate on, but I think it's a good stock as long as you're patient and wait for the good setups. It's a rotational stock. It's like a Netflix. We have it on our watch list, but we only trade it every so often, right? It's not a common stock we trade every day like Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, all these other tech stocks that are really popular right now, right? Not sure where crypto's at. I don't really follow crypto. I'm just waiting to see where this opens up for tomorrow morning, but it is close to the level that I do want to trade this at. It does have a trend line on the upside that I'm not really interested on because it really doesn't line up with any key levels or anything to that sort. So really, the only thing I'm really interested on Coin is the downside, which would be at 209 with room down to 205 on that. So the only problem with Coin is that the contracts lack a lot of spread, and that's pretty much about it. The contracts are just pretty bad all around. Even with volume or liquidity behind the contracts, it's pretty tricky. So it's a stock you really want to size carefully on compared to other stocks. So. And then your guys' favorite part of the watch list is the main watch list, which is what everyone's going to be looking at for the week. So as far as AMD goes, AMD will be the first one I will be talking about. There's only 3 stocks, but AMD is probably one of the cleanest setups here. This did get close to rejecting on Friday, and we didn't break. That's awesome. So this could be a setup for either tomorrow or throughout later for the week. That's what this watch list is for. So as far as AMD goes, I am watching the flat top at 187.50. You can see we have rejected there 4 times now around this 187.50 area. So realistically, my entry would be around that 187.50 area. I wouldn't get in at 187 unless for some reason the market's really weak and AMD is showing a lot of strength compared to the market. Then maybe that could be a reason why. But just to keep things simple, I'm looking at 187.50, with room all the way up to 190 after that. This is a consolidation right now at 187.50, so this does have room to pop up and make some more highs here. So next up is AVGO. So AVGO is obviously going to look a little weird to everybody right now. This did split. I think it was a 10-to-1 from the 1770 area to 177 right there is where I can assume it was a 10-to-1 split. So as far as AVGO goes, since it did split, who knows what kind of liquidity and what the contracts can have for this. I did like it beforehand. It wasn't an everyday stock. It was a rotational stock, but I think now that it's split, it could have more liquidity and the contracts could be a lot better on it. It's something to keep an eye out for sure. I was watching this on Friday in case it for some reason had a major jump all the way up to the 1770 area. If it were to come up with some sort of market pump before it split or whatever. But as far as AVGO goes, I'm looking at the 177 area, which again, it was equivalent around the 1770 area for it before it split. So I'm watching that with room up to 190. Or not 190, sorry, 180 on that. So that is going to be another main watch on AVGO. The only thing with this is you need to keep in mind that it just split recently, so who knows how this can move. And it's still $7 away. Who knows if that's a lot for this kind of stock now with the way it was moving beforehand. So who knows? We'll have to wait and see how this is moving throughout the week. And then last but not least is Meta. Meta is going to be probably the best stock that we have for this week. I know we have AMD, and AMD is a clean setup, but Meta has been paying the bills a lot recently, especially on Friday when we took advantage of this. I think we played it Thursday as well, but Friday is the day that I really remember taking advantage of Meta on. It was Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday we took advantage on Meta with that. So the thing with Meta, it is far away as of right now. It did get pretty low. Got close to like the 494 area. The key area that we're all watching for in the chat is the 493 area. We do have a flat bottom there on Meta. After that, that is where its structural break actually ends up happening. If I put this on the daily, you guys will be able to see this a lot more clear here. You can see how actually relevant 493 is. After 493, this whole structure actually ends up breaking down after 490, and we just have room down with another gap too as well at 484. So we have lots of room on Meta, and that's why this is the biggest thing for this week and the biggest thing that we need to keep an eye out for. So whenever this does come down, we need to be ready and then be there ready to catch the move in case the opportunity presents itself. So but yeah, that is about it for the watch list, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Before you leave and click out of the video though, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate it. And with much more being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and then hope you guys have a safe week. So peace out.